All right, Anthony on Air podcast. Man, it is nice to be back with you after the long Memorial Day weekend. We've got a Fauci Gates vaccine connection because we got all of Fauci's emails now. We still don't have Hillary's emails. We had those emails.
Where are they? But
we got Fauci emails. Speaking of Gates, he inked a new deal with with Europe, basically. We'll talk about that. Ghislaine up for another bail hearing. We'll tell you how that went. While we're all staring at Bill Gates, worrying about him depopulating the world, that Bezos is over there with Amazon cooking up some crazy stuff. We'll talk about Amazon Sidewalk and exactly what that is. Tommy Cheeseballs has made a comeback. The Trump blog is gone. Tucker Carlson is still an asshole. Hurricanes have names for this year. We'll go over those. This insane pool, craziest pool you have ever seen, ever. Stay tuned.
Let's skip to that.
And the Hooters kid is just exactly hilarious. So
the rest of the stuff is kind of depressing. Let's go to the insane pool.
Yeah, the insane pool. You know when you go to the edge of a thing and you get like that the hair stand up on the back of your neck feeling and that
that little an anxiety or like a rush of adrenaline.
That little tingle up your rear end, that feeling there that you get.
I don't know about that.
Oh, I get that feeling that I like what they said that your rear end goes into your stomach or whatever they say.
Nobody says that.
All right. But that's the feeling I get when I'm just even looking at this friggin' pool. That's how insane it is. The most insane pool I've ever seen.
Maybe we should skip it then because I don't want that feeling.
Stay tuned.
My rear end in my stomach.
Stay tuned.
Or the other way around?
Yeah. You say, your balls went up to your stomach or something. That's what people say.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, some people don't have those.
Well, that's true.
Fauci emails. We've got a ton of Fauci emails. It's kind of hilarious that we still don't have the Hillary emails, but we got the Fauci emails.
Well, the Hillary emails were deleted or whatever. Fauci emails were never in any kind of dispute. Yeah. No one was clamoring for the Fauci emails.
Isn't it weird though with the Patriot Act that somebody, because this was if it was BuzzFeed or Washington Post, they were the ones who kind of 3,200 pages of emails from BuzzFeed, 860 pages from the Washington Post. Needless to say, we haven't gone through all of them yet. I don't think anybody has actually been able to peel through all of them because they were just released today. But it's kind of crazy that somebody can ask for your emails, isn't it?
I mean, if it's over government stuff, right? I mean, that's our government.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
It all has to do with the people. So that's only fair, I guess.
I hope nobody asks for my emails because I wrote a lot of emails and said bad things about you and Janine. Sometimes to each other, sometimes just to other people.
That's fine.
Sometimes I respond to spam email and go, "You wouldn't believe how big
this
of a
piece
jerk
of shit
Frank is being lately."
You know what they've been doing lately? These spam emails. I've been getting a lot of confirmed as the subject.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you buy something and like order confirmed or whatever, but now you get the spam emails that say confirmed and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
What?
Or you get like, I'm sorry I missed you, or just returning your call, just returning your email, and you're like, oh, who did I? And then you read it. Oh, this is just a sales email.
That is an old one. That's classic.
Yeah.
Just return your email. Oh, sorry, I missed you. You know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But this one, I never saw this one confirmed, and it's like looks official, like it's from, you bought something off a website.
Most interesting Fauci email so far that I've seen. He emailed a bunch of people that the prince of Zamunda was giving away money, and all he needed was your bank account. And
so the guy from Coming to America.
Yeah,
Eddie Murphy was looking for our bank account,
and but that was the thing. Also, he sent out a couple of your warranties about to expire on that car. You want to re-up?
That's, I mean, out of 800 and something emails,
a little spammy. I was surprised to see those. Yeah, I was surprised to see a couple of those. But anyway, there's a connection between Fauci and Gates, and
I feel like there's a connection between everybody and Gates.
Yeah, these days it
every
seems like
higher
that.
up.
But I found this particularly interesting because, I mean, I guess these two are like super tight. So as I said, BuzzFeed produced 3,200 emails. Washington Post released 860 emails. These are emails from Dr. Fauci from January to June of 2020. There was a correspondence from March to April last year showing an insight into the work and schedule of Fauci during the initial COVID-19 outbreak. Now, again, I said nobody's really gone through all of these yet. But one thing that we can tell is that this guy was not sleeping and working his tail off.
Guy was moving, man.
He was moving, as was, you know what? As was the president, the vice president, a lot of people in government.
Take it easy.
I'm
with
saying,
COVID, no.
That was a crazy.
He did one thing in March and didn't do a thing after. So
well, that was a crazy time where I'm sure a lot of people in government were not sleeping.
I'm sure they were.
And doing a lot of things. Even local government, Cuomo.
A lot of people were sleeping comfortably, though. I'll tell you that much.
I'm trying. I hope the Trump people know. It's not going to happen. I'm trying to get Frank to acknowledge one positive thing.
Even you were pissed off about his response to COVID.
Well,
you admitted that.
I think his response to COVID is what got him booted. I think that's why he lost his job.
And the January 6th thing, and January 6th was after the election.
It was already over.
But, the COVID thing. I mean, that's huge. He didn't do shit for months.
Whether you blame Trump or not, or how he handled it or not, is almost insignificant. I think it happened on his watch, and
that doesn't. No,
people just want
how you respond to it. It's how you respond.
Could be because 9/11 happened with Bush's
watch, and then we
reelected him. Yeah,
so we wanted to, keep the guy. He responded. Gotta say,
but you go back to Bush 1 and the war, and people like that kind of rubbed people the wrong way. The first Iraq war, and they voted him out. So it's weird. The country goes through moods, and anyway, hey, let's get back to this.
All right, the Fauci emails.
Fauci emails. Yeah, Fauci emails. So I found this interesting. One exchange showed Emilio Emini, who sounds like he makes pizza or cars, Italian cars.
Sounds like a cartoon villain, like he's a meanie.
Yeah, Emilio Emini. He's an executive at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. He's in charge of coordinating vaccine efforts. He raised concern with Fauci. By the way, Fauci's 80 years old.
The guy should be retired, but he's still going.
The director of the national. Do your research. He's evil. He's been trying to kill us since the 80s. Okay, we get it. The director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases about the condition of his health. Fauci was put in touch with Emini by Bill Gates after he spoke to him on the phone about a global vaccine effort. According to the emails, the foundation's stated goal is to reduce inequality and improve healthcare around the world. Gates has been a vocal figure throughout the pandemic and an advocate for vaccinations. In an email, apparently following their phone conversation, Fauci told Gates that he was enthusiastic about moving forward on the collaborative and hopeful synergistic approach to COVID-19 with the foundation and the federal health agencies. After Gates put Fauci in touch with Emini, the executive got in contact with the nation's top infectious disease expert and raised concerns about his state of his health amid the frequent television appearances during the first wave of the pandemic. Emini wrote in an email dated April 2nd, 2020, I see you on TV almost every day, and although you continue to have considerable energy, I am seriously worried about you. The nation and the world absolutely need your leadership. Fauci responded to the executive's email around 1:53 in the morning on April 3rd.
He should have just said, I got this.
Yeah.
That's it.
Saying, I will try to engage as much as I can given my current circumstances. In an email from February 2nd, 2020, BuzzFeed published an email where Fauci wrote, This is White House in full overdrive, and I'm in the middle of it. He replied to a journalist 2 days later saying, I am really tired, not much sleep these days. In another email released from February 5th, 2020, Fauci said, to a reporter, I'm hanging in there. Feels like my internship and first-year residency when I was on every other night and every other weekend, but actually never left the hospital because patients were so sick. Later on in the month, Fauci received an email from the National Institute of Health Director, Dr. Francis Collins, where he wrote at the end of the correspondence, get some sleep.
I was being worked overtime, maybe.
Yeah, he really was. And I think, it led to some mistakes, right?
Well, maybe a couple, but
a couple of stumbles. Which again, if we're going to criticize Trump,
a human being.
Yeah, exactly. I know people are upset, and I know there's a lot of conspiracy theory people, and I know people are going to say Fauci's been trying to kill us all.
I can't with people.
Pandemic and all this.
I love people, but holy crap!
I think
can we trust one person?
I know. Who can you trust? That's the thing.
Mean, this guy is in the medical profession. Not to say that everybody in the medical profession is a great person, but the guy is in charge of digging us out of a pandemic. Maybe we give him a little bit of slack.
Yeah.
You know, try to help him out instead of constantly stepping on him.
And he gets flack for saying that you didn't need to wear the masks, and again, that was early on.
Right in the beginning. We didn't know what the hell was going on yet.
I still think that
at least he didn't say it was going to go away like a miracle.
He didn't say that. I still think he said the mask thing because at that time everybody was supposed to be staying home anyway, and I don't think he wanted to see a run on masks because people in the medical field needed them. And just look what we were doing with toilet paper.
Yeah. Plus, then people would think I have my mask. It's okay to do everything again, which it wasn't even with the mask.
Yeah.
So,
but I found this interesting, Frank, because of the connection between the two. Like I was aware, I know that they knew each other, but it's interesting to me to see, just how easily Gates can interact with government and high profile people and things of that nature. And it's not just Gates. It's a lot like a lot like
anybody.
Tim Cook at Apple. Yeah, a lot of people like the Koch brothers. Like there's a lot of people who have a lot of money, who have a lot of influence that can just pick up the phone.
Capitalism.
And literally,
that's yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, but it's just it not that it's scary, but it's weird. And this is not a Trump thing because all presidents, I think, have this where they just powerful people call up.
Yeah, of course.
And expect to just be on the phone with the president of the United States. And
when you control a big chunk of the economy, the higher ups listen to you.
Yeah, I think that's crazy. But given all the stuff that we're learning about Mr. Gates and his relationship with Mr. Epstein and such and so forth, it's a little concerning, I guess.
Oh, sure.
But it goes back to my thing where just because you're, a piece of shit and you're a terrible husband and God knows what you did with Epstein, it doesn't mean that you can't also do some good things.
Right. Plus, it doesn't mean that everybody is a piece of shit.
Right. And again, and this is not an endorsement of Gates. Like, no. I'm defending Gates.
We're not defending anybody. We're benefit of the doubt. We're devil's advocate.
But it goes back to my Cosby thing. You still laughed at Cosby when you didn't know what he was doing behind this. Like those laughs still happen. He was still hysterical, even though he was a piece of garbage.
Right. And he worked with Felicia Rashad. Does that mean she was? No, she's probably a great person. They were friends. I'm sure they, in some way, not up until everything. I don't know what their relationship was like, but just because they were friends and knew each other and worked together doesn't mean that she had anything to do with him doing anything scumbaggy.
Right. And just because I don't believe some of the Gates rumors out there, it doesn't mean that I'm endorsing the guy or I love the guy. For instance, Gates just inked a deal with Europe. It's kind of weird to say that, but
all of Europe.
Just Europe. He signed a deal with Europe. The European Commission announced a partnership with Bill Gates on a sustainable energy funding vehicle with the goal of unlocking new investments for clean tech and sustainable energy projects totaling up to $1 billion over 5 years. European-based projects, the EU-based projects. The partnership will initially focus on 4 sectors that are being prioritized. This is green hydrogen, sustainable aviation fuels, direct air capture, and long-duration energy storage.
I like all that.
So the guy continues to have an eye on the future. Again, this is why I guess it would be the greatest setup of all time if you were really Thanos, but I just don't buy the depopulation crap.
No, I don't buy it either.
A, I saw the full TED Talk clip, and I know he didn't say it. And B, he's doing so, I think the only thing, when you're Bill Gates and you've gotten to the level of accomplishment that you've gotten to, you have to continue. It's like Elon Musk is the same thing. It's not enough that the guy is just revolutionizing the electric car and the battery. He's got to get a human being on Mars. There's always another
step to take.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. And my whole thing with renewable energy, electric, solar, all that stuff, why wouldn't people be instantly on board? Why wouldn't they just clamor for it? Why are there people that wouldn't automatically go, yeah, why wouldn't we want that? There's nothing negative.
So I have a family member who I love dearly, and as conservative as they come. And you know me, and I'm kind of down the middle. But he said to me, we were having a great conversation. He said to me, older than me, he says to me, he goes, why? He goes, why are you He's like, because batteries are not good for the environment. He's like, we haven't figured that out yet. And I said, yes, you're right. He said, well, why do you think your generation is so consumed with green energy and electric cars and all this stuff? And my answer to him was, it's infinite and we can make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we're going, and this was the thing that shut him up. I said, we could run out of oil, reserves dry up. We have to depend on the Middle East for those things. It's not here in America.
We have enough. If we needed to, we could run our own stuff.
True. Yes. True. In Alaska and all that intact. You know, I get it. There is that, but there's also we could wind up running out one day if that's 500 years from now. I don't know. You know, whenever it is. Right. But I said with electricity, even though you do need some fossil fuels to get the electricity train running, but once they get all solar and wind and shit like that figured out, I go, it's infinite. We'll never run out. We'll always.
Yeah. We're looking to put solar on our house here. We're trying to do what, and I think our next car, we're trying to look for electric car.
Yeah. It's
not the consumer's fault that everything, when people, why don't you drive an electric car? Well, it's not practical. You can't.
But as soon as I said that about the Middle East, and they will never run out of it. He was like, okay, like he got it. Like that was the thing that made him get it out of all the things that I said, and it's the truth.
Sun's not going anywhere. The wind's not going anywhere.
Let's hope not. And as that technology gets better, we'll become less reliant on all the other shit. But it's just the natural progression of people. It's like, I like my cassette tapes. Why are you bothering with those CDs? And
exactly.
It's like, well,
because it's better.
Yeah, it's because I got this CD book in my car, and what am I going to do with it? That kind of thing. Also, can we bring back those CD holders on the visor? We have.
What do you mean bring back? I still have that.
You still got it going?
No, I don't have that. I actually have a stack of CDs, and the little armrest thing in the middle of the two seats. I have them in there. I have like 30 CDs in there.
Lucky for us, we have the queen of the CD visor holder. That's J Sabs. How you doing, J Sabs?
I'm a little upset that you talked about ouchie Fauci before I got here.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want us to save it? What did you have an opinion on it? We'll hop back.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Ouchie Fauci.
What was your opinion? What was your opinion? Or you don't even want to get there?
We talked about the link between Fauci and Gates, which we saw in one of the emails. But outside of that, there wasn't anything
controversial. Nothing.
Unless you saw something. Did you come across something interesting?
I thought it was interesting how he said like the mask didn't like those. What did he say? The store-bought ones. How did he put it? They didn't really work well, or they didn't work. What did he say? What kind of mask? Store-bought? I think that's the word he used.
I think he said masks.
Probably meant the cloth ones.
No. He said masks with the Jets logo, like everything else, don't work. I think that's what he said.
Oh, well then, obviously.
Boom.
Which upset a lot of Jets fans around here. I don't know. Was there an email about masks? I didn't really come across that one.
Well,
there's a million emails. So
that was a big thing.
Well, when was that email?
I don't know. April 14th, 2020.
All right,
Frank, you think I know the date?
Right. No, I don't know if it was early on, if it was last week.
In one message, Fauci replies to an email from Sylvia Burwell, believed to be the Sylvia Burwell, who was Health and Human Services Secretary for 3 years under President Barack Obama. Burwell had asked for advice about wearing masks while traveling. Fauci's reply, dated February 5th, 2020, is available in a document cloud provided by BuzzFeed. Fauci writes, masks are really for infected people to prevent them from spreading infection to people who are not infected, rather than protecting uninfected people from acquiring infection.
Yeah, that's the point of the masks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Spreading it.
It's not to stop from breathing it in, it's to stop from spitting it out.
Exactly.
But it's actually the
Go ahead.
I thought the whole point was the mask was not for me, is for you.
It is.
So but the whole thing is, if you have it,
right, and I'm wearing a mask, it helps
right.
you.
Right, but so then why? What is he trying to say then? That's what I'm confused, because
It would have to be your bowl.
It helps people who don't have it. It helps people who have it not spread it to other people who don't.
Here we go. The typical mask you buy in the drugstore is not really effective in keeping out the virus, which is small enough to pass through the material. It might, however, provide some slight benefit in keeping out gross droplets if someone coughs or sneezes on you. I do not recommend that you wear a mask, particularly since you are going to a very low-risk location. But this is what he said February 5th.
Yeah. We weren't even locked down yet. We were
Right.
not quarantined. This was a month before that. And the, what's it called? Low risk, because there were no cases. There was a handful of cases at that time in America.
But masks aren't a new thing. That's what my point is. I mean, people wear them in other parts of the country like every day. So that's my whole thing. Don't they know about masks already and what they do and what they don't do?
People should, but a lot of people don't. People are like, why do I have to wear masks? What's the big deal? I don't want to wear a mask. You can't make me. It's not about you. It's about protecting other people from you.
Well, if you don't have it, then
you don't know.
Not protecting anyone.
No. There was times where you contract it and you're not showing any signs that you had it. And you don't know. And then you go home and 3 days later you're sick. So that was the point.
Somebody had a great...
But now...
Well, now we're on the upswing.
Somebody slammed me in the comments the other day. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, shit.
Now we're on the upswing, and most of us are vaccinated. Go ahead.
Because I said that I still wear the mask when I'm going to places.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
I still wear it, too.
And they just tore into me. It was just very funny. It was like, because you're a sheep, that's why. It was like just a quick little, like, jab.
Oh, no, I saw something else.
Was it?
Oh, I forgot what it was. But
I don't know.
I told my mom to stop commenting on our videos.
But people don't even know. I think that's the thing, because even the conversation I was having with somebody, they were like, oh, do we have to wear the mask there? And I go, I don't know. I'm like, I don't think anybody knows.
Yeah, now places have their own
right
protocol.
So you have no idea. So it's like,
just bring it.
You just leave it in the car. I just leave it in the car now. And it's like, if I got to put the thing on, I put it on. If I don't got to put it on, I don't put it on. Like, it's like,
It's in my pocket half the time.
I think the thing is now, like, I'd say more places after this weekend, you don't have to wear one. And also, like, my friend brought up a good point. They have a sign on the door. Like, if it says if there's no sign, then you don't have to wear a mask. But if there's a sign that says you have to, some are saying recommended, so that means you don't have to wear one.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you're vaccinated.
The last stores I went into, you didn't have to wear it.
I've seen signs that said all unvaccinated people have to wear a mask in here.
Oh yeah, they do have those signs too, like vaccinated versus.
And that's fine. That's fair.
Like Target, ShopRite. What's the other store?
Some restaurants that have that too. Yeah.
Old Navy.
These are the stores I just went to this weekend that you didn't have to wear one. So I definitely did it.
Yeah. My wife and I went out to dinner, and the restaurant was like, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear it.
Did you take her to a nice place finally, or was it IHOP again?
It was not IHOP. I haven't been to IHOP in a long time. I want to go back.
Okay.
It's good. That boysenberry syrup is friggin' awesome. You can't get that anywhere.
I'll tell you what, nobody else in the planet will carry a boysenberry syrup. It seems like there's no demand for it, but that IHOP is sticking with that boysenberry.
They have that.
I don't know if that's concerning.
A bunch of other syrups. And the only syrups I could find in when I go grocery shopping is regular maple syrup. They don't have other flavored syrups on the shelves. That I've seen.
I've yet to see a tweet where it's like, boy, I wish I could get some boysenberry syrup on my pancakes. Yet that IHOP is trucking it out there on the table every single day.
Right? Boysenberry. I think there's strawberry syrup. I don't see strawberry syrup next to maple syrup on the shelves.
I just like syrup. Give me regular syrup.
Well, see, you're part of the problem. You're why we can't get boysenberry.
I'm a sheep.
You're a sheep.
All right, Ghislaine Maxwell, up for bail, 5th time, denied.
Ba-doom, ba-doom.
Here's my favorite part about this. Usually there's an explanation of a decision when these things come about. This time, the Second Circuit Court wrote, "It is hereby ordered that the motion is denied." And that was it.
Oh.
That is all they
thumbs
said.
down.
Yeah.
That's the because I said so answer.
They flat out had enough of our bullshit. They're like, do we even have to answer this fucking thing?
Same reason we gave you last time.
Yeah.
We'll just, copy, paste.
All right.
Mind your neck.
Why we got our eyes on Maxwell and Bill Gates and Fauci thinking everybody's going to try and kill us, that Bezos is setting up his own little operation that we really got to be concerned with. So here's the deal. If you're an Amazon customer, which are we all Amazon customers?
Obviously.
Amazon,
I'm on the 30-day trial.
Amazon owns my
really?
ass.
Really?
No.
I bought
you're
stuff
not.
from Amazon, but I'm not signed up with them yet.
Are you on a 30-day trial?
I'm sure the
Really?
trial's going to run out soon.
Really? You're really serious right now?
Yeah. Well, all right. I have the Fire Stick hooked up to my. So yeah.
No. You have to be an Amazon Prime member. You must get at least 5 to 10 packages at your doorstep a week.
I get
Sometimes
packages,
even
but not
a day.
from Amazon.
I start shaking if I come
said.
home and there's not a box with a smile on it. I really start shaking.
You mean the penis shape?
Now, yeah, let me ask you a question, Frank.
It looks like a penis.
You're on a free trial. Is this since you got the vaccine? Like after you got vaccinated, were you kind of like, oh, I think I want to sign up for Amazon?
They gave it to him with his shot.
Yeah.
My eyes.
He was like,
into
sure.
Those little Amazon penis logos.
Yeah.
And I was like, must download Amazon Prime.
You're like, honey, I don't know what it is, but I don't know. Should we join Amazon? And she was like, yes,
I mean,
we should.
It's free for 30 days. and then we'll get packages and free shipping.
All right, listen what
virgin over here.
Listen what Bezos wants.
I'm sorry. Wait. Also, I'm sorry, but free shipping is not the incentive that it used to be. Because yes, you'll get the free shipping and it'll come in a day or two. But if you get the free shipping the way it is, it says it's like 10 days to get to you if you go free shipping. Like there's the option to do it, but it takes longer.
I mean, if you're ordering a sync thing from Hong Kong, maybe, but this is like everything I get from Amazon, I get like 4 hours later.
Right. So I ordered something and I chose the free shipping option, but it was like it'll arrive in 10 business days. It came 2 days later. So free shipping, it's not worth it. You're just going to get it.
Oh.
What was the something that you ordered? Butt plug?
I don't even remember.
Right.
It was months ago. I don't even remember.
Butt plug. Janine?
It's probably a butt plug.
Is it a butt plug, you think?
They usually come in 2 days. Oops.
That's what she said.
Well, if you're not doing it right, yeah, it could take.
Are they discreet packaging? There's a big picture of it on the side.
No, they definitely. Never mind.
I want to know from the people in the comments. Tweet at us if you're at Anthony's Faves or Facebook or whatever. Do you have because look what Frank just did. He's like, I don't have Amazon. And he was like, oh, wait a second. I have a Fire. Like, I feel like
I have a Fire Stick, but I'm not signed up for anything.
No, but my point
$50
is
how many years ago?
My point is that I feel like everybody has Amazon in some way, shape, or form, whether it's the Ring doorbell or the Prime,
definitely,
or the Fire Stick or the cheap $20 tablet. You know, I feel like we all have some Amazon product in our home. Something.
That's true.
Everybody's got something. Bezos is taking over.
So what's the question?
So Amazon customers have 1 week to opt out of a plan that would turn every Echo speaker and Ring security camera in the United States into a shared wireless network as part of the company's plan to fix connection problems for its smart home devices.
Go ahead.
The proposal called Amazon Sidewalk involves the company's devices being used as a springboard to build citywide mesh networks that help simplify the process of setting up new devices, keeping them online even if they're out of range of home Wi-Fi, and they extend the range of tracking devices such as those made by Tile. So Apple tags, the new Apple tags that they announced, the tiles, these little things, as you're walking around, they ping off of these other things and they that's how you're able to find them.
So our house is a smart house.
It's a very, very, very fine house.
Oh God, my house.
Mhm.
Almost all of the light switches are smart switches, and almost all of the plugs are smart plugs. And now I'm used to Alexa, turn off the lights, and she just did turn off the lights. No, it did.
Oh, we didn't see it.
And that's how we turn on and off the lights now. And it's very strange, and we even have something set up at night. Like we'll say the name and then say good night. And then she shuts off everything, puts down my sound machine. Yep. So there's
You have a sound machine?
Yeah, I have to sleep with a sound machine now.
What kind of sounds?
It's just white noise.
Like just that? Really?
Just that. Yep.
You're high maintenance.
I just have a TV. You don't have a TV?
You take a lot of work. Am I wrong, Frank?
I'll admit that.
Well, I don't know about that, but I got dumb plugs and dumb switches. I don't have everything smartened up in this house.
Yeah, no shit, 1995 internet. We were well aware of your situation.
I mean, that is, I don't know how my husband feels about this, because he's the type to put something over his little camera on his laptop like someone's watching him. Okay,
that could be.
Is he one of those people?
No, who does this? Yeah, he is one of those people.
That's a thing, though. I don't blame him.
I know it is, but come on. He's not like a Kardashian.
So you're on board with almost every other conspiracy theory except that one? What the hell is going on here?
I just think it's weird.
The wrong podcast.
It's what it is for him. It's for him, and I'm like, really? This is what you believe in?
But your husband is super techie, though, and he's also in the IT field, so
yeah, he knows better than we do.
He's probably one of the people that is putting on people's cameras and prying. That's probably why he has the blocker on his thing.
And that's why he's not vaccinated either.
There you go.
No, he wanted to smart home our house. I think it's 3 years already. Almost 3 years already. He's done it.
So he'll smart home everything. He'll hook the house and all his gadgets up to whatever, Amazon and all this stuff, but he won't get the vaccine. That's what you're telling me.
Why is he not getting it because you're not getting it? I know why you're not getting it.
He just doesn't want it either. I mean, that's part of my reason. My other reason, but he doesn't want it either. Plus,
all right, but listen, protect that. Protect that webcam, though. That's important.
And keep spinning your earplug.
It's funny.
It's not making a noise or anything.
He's sorry. He's not even. He's
American.
His camera's not even hooked up either.
His camera's not hooked up.
No.
Well, that doesn't matter. As long as it's on your laptop, anybody can get into it. Not anybody, but whoever wants to.
I mean, if you have it disabled,
they could probably turn it on. If they can get into your computer, I'm sure they could click a button that says turn on camera. No one's getting into
that computer.
Oh, I don't know.
But this is I can't here's what's weird about this too. It's you have to opt out of this. They're already do you remember a couple of years ago when the new iTunes came out, a new version of iTunes came out, and U2 put an album on it for free? How fucking pissed off people got out of getting free music.
I don't want this crap.
I remember this.
Yeah, you don't remember this?
U2 album?
There was a whole, and people were losing their shit. It so backfired. And Bono was like, I don't know if the people would want our music for free. And people were like, no, fuck you. We don't want your shit. And now
and people couldn't just delete it. You could just delete it.
Well, is it because it showed up on their iTunes and that's why they were all praised about it?
Yeah, it was a new version of iTunes. It was iTunes 4.0 or whatever the frig it was. And it was
and as a free gift, here's an album from YouTube.
Right.
From YouTube.
It would just be on your iTunes. And people lost their minds.
That's funny.
How could they force this shit on us? What is it?
Ridiculous.
Back then, people were like, what is this? The Nazi state? We got to have it, And now this company...
They could take the
Don't need it.
devices you already own
Yeah.
and control them from wherever and turn them into.
And it's your responsibility to opt out. It should be the other way around. It should be, if you want to opt in on this crazy shit, you can opt in.
You know why? Because nobody would do it.
Nobody would do it.
Nobody's going to opt in on that.
Nobody would do it. And it's kind of.
I bet you it's going to be better for. I mean, our signals and all this stuff will be better. You'll be out of the house. You'll probably have Wi-Fi everywhere you go. And everybody, and then the conspiracy theories roll in with
You mean with this new Amazon thing, Frank?
Right. If they're making some sort of weird, net that connects all like devices and makes it Wi-Fi, everything's going to be a hotspot. Then you're going to be on the street and you'd be like, I have Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. Like, if you have a camera, if you have the Ring camera, like, here's how they sell it too. You have the Ring camera, but you have shoddy internet. Now, if your neighbor's router is closer or their Ring camera is good, and they can shoot it over to your end, and now you never have to have blackouts or worry about the internet going down for your Ring camera. It's always you're gonna be like, all right.
You still need to sign in with like a password to your router?
Yeah, they're just gonna. Yeah, it's just.
I gotta ask him.
These things they wind up just kind of connecting to each other. They like.
Yeah, but if I go to your house and I don't have you, I'm not hooked into your Wi-Fi. I don't have your password. Is it gonna help how am I gonna benefit? I have to still hook into your password, no?
No, because like let's say your front door has a Ring thing on it, but it's really far away from your router, so it doesn't work all the time. Your neighbor's Alexa, your neighbor's Echo is closer to your front doorbell than your router, and it is producing a better signal for your doorbell. It will then use their Echo as your internet so that it never loses a connection.
And so then why would I hook up anything to my own system? I could just, feed off of my neighbors. I have neighbors on the left and right of me. Why would I have my own router?
Yeah, I'm like, this is weird for people in Montana that live like 4 miles away from each other. But like, you think about Manhattan, where people are on top
literally
of each
on
other.
top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why would I have my own router if I could just piggyback on everybody else's?
Probably some people are going to feel that way. Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know how that's going to work, how they're doing that, but I'm sure that question's come up and I'm sure they answered it.
But it's also this weird thing of, and again, sorry, Janine, but the crazy anti-vax people are like, you're not tracking me.
Go. I'm not anti-vax.
All these motherfuckers have a smartphone and an Alexa. Like, they're all letting these fucking you can't have a smartphone or an Amazon Echo if you fucking feel like Bill Gates is going to track you with a fucking You're already being tracked.
It's too late. You're on the grid. Get over it. Get the vax. It's not going to do anything.
We sold our soul for free 2-day shipping. We cannot do without it.
Which is stupid, again, because it comes in 2 days anyway.
So dumb, but we're just like, there's nobody canceling. All the people, I bet you half the show still got an @AOL.com email address that we still fucking use to this day.
Oh my God.
I do not.
We just don't get rid of shit. We don't cancel shit.
Abandoned it. I don't think I canceled it. I just never. I think it goes dead after a while.
I bet you you're still getting emails, even though you ain't checking it. They're still going somewhere. I think
if you don't sign in after a certain time, it considers it an inactive thing.
Is that right?
I think. I'm not 100%.
He's just making this up.
I don't know.
I don't know. I have no clue.
But between Amazon Prime Video, Amazon Music, and free 2-day shipping, we're just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Fucking track me. I don't give a shit.
So, the conditions over at Amazon are terrible.
Yeah.
How much for this thing and no shipping? Great.
This is probably one of the biggest infringements on privacy. And in a week, it will go on, and most people won't even fucking know because they're too busy reading. I was going to
say, they won't even know. Won't even know, right?
I don't think it's any more of an infringement on privacy than what's already in the houses.
Well, that's the thing. If you
have anything bigger than that, it's just connecting stuff.
If you have an Echo in your house, or if you have a smartphone with Siri on it, apps are listening to you. There's no... I say this all the time. When you talk about patio furniture and then you go on Instagram and you have an ad for patio furniture for Wayfair, it's not a fucking coincidence.
You know how weird it is? You know how strange? My wife and I, we'll talk about something, and then she goes on this trivia game that she has on her
anal
phone.
beads.
Right. and then she'll go on the trivia game, and literally like 5 questions in, it's the exact thing we were talking about.
Yeah.
It's
That's weird.
every time.
That is weird.
It's not just like it
That I
happened
haven't
once or
heard
twice.
of. That's
It's
weird.
a trivia game. It's like, and it's the kind of trivia game where people like we submit the questions. You know, it's not like the game. I'm sure in the beginning the game made its own questions, but all the questions are generated from people who submit them. So they're just coming up and they're showing up from what we talked about. Like we'll talk about The Simpsons, and all of a sudden the next question is The Simpsons. And then we'll talk about, you know, The Simpsons is a bad example because that's very popular, but we'll talk about something that's not very popular, and boom, there's a question about it. Well, that's very popular too, so that's a bad example.
In your house, apparently.
Right. And it's just, it pops up on her trivia game. It's gotten that weird.
Yeah, because when you download an app and you enable your microphone, like that's what it's doing. It's trying, and it's not like somebody's there just like listening and like, you know.
No, it's all in the computer. The computer's listening.
They're just catching keywords, and that's what it's doing. But it's the, you know, it's and we're trading in convenience a lot more these days. We're trading in privacy for convenience, like a lot more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
totally.
You know,
Blame them.
Maybe one of those things we're gonna regret.
They want to listen to me talk about anal butt plugs. That's fine.
I just can't wait for the listeners to be like, after you guys did this episode, I had a lot of anal bead ads come across my.
I hope so.
You're welcome. Speaking
of butt plugs, Tommy Cheeseballs come back in a major way.
Hang on. J Sabs, thank you.
You don't know Tommy Cheeseballs either?
I never heard of this person. Janine's never heard of this person. I have no idea who you're talking about. All of a sudden, before the show, Anthony's like, Tommy Cheeseballs in the news. I'm like, who? And he's like, oh, this guy from this show from like 20 years ago. He was on one episode and he did this. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Who are you talking about?
Exactly.
All right. Before we had the situation in Snooki, we had Tommy Cheeseballs.
There was nothing before we had the situation in Snooki. Life did not exist.
Back before Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos was tracking us, we used to go down to the Jersey Shore and rent what they call shore houses, which is basically there is no Jersey Shore TV show. There is no Snooki or situation without Tommy Cheeseballs. It's not going to happen.
No, I've never heard of this before.
Don't think so.
Do you remember the show MTV's True Life?
Yes.
Okay. This was maybe the most popular episode of that series was the Tommy Cheeseballs episode. And the whole episode...
Nope.
The whole episode... I'm going to show the guy's face. The whole episode was about how people... This is when I knew... By the way, we talk about key moments in our lives... And my family has a house on the Jersey Shore. My family has a house on the Jersey Shore 15, 20 minutes away from where Jersey Shore was filmed. Okay.
And why haven't we been there? Thank you.
Exactly.
And you're never going to be invited there. Thanks. The point is that they, like, when you realize, like when somebody puts what your regular life is on television for everybody to see, because it's not particularly normal, it's like one of those moments where you're like, holy shit, like people don't live like this. Like it's like a shock to the system.
Okay.
Because people like in other parts of the country or Europe or whatever, they don't rent.
Yeah, Jersey Shore is a weird, it's like, who the hell would act like this? But yeah.
They don't rent shanties and put 400 people in them sleeping on the floor and shit like that, you know, and acting all kinds of crazy, getting drunk.
Yet.
And then at 3 a.m. going out to get cheap. So at Point Pleasant or Belmar or wherever the hell this was, there was this like pizza stand and they sold cheese balls. They sold little, like, not mozzarella sticks, but they were like little cheese balls.
Was it like fried balls of like mozzarella?
Yeah, just a little fried ball of mozzarella.
Oh God, he said it like that.
And Tommy Cheeseballs, that's the guy. You've never seen this guy? Come on.
I feel like I've seen a million of this guy, but no, I've never seen this guy.
And the whole episode was about following these young kids who get a shore house and they're sharing it for the summer and what happens to them. And this guy just like captivated everybody because he got hammered and then he's like, we got to go get cheese balls. We got to go get cheese balls. And everybody started calling him Tommy Cheeseballs. And it was like this whole
probably
huge thing.
A big, huge thing for maybe a week. And then everybody moved on to the next
you're giving it way too much
Sopranos.
credit. Maybe 2 days.
And the next episode of Sopranos aired, and everybody was done with Tommy Cheeseballs.
No, I'm telling you.
He's a little hurt. He's a little hurt that nobody ever heard of it, I think.
I can't believe it.
Maybe
cannot.
I'll go.
The more we're
Maybe
talking
I'll
about it, it
Google
sounds
it.
familiar, but it's not. It's not this huge. I don't thing that you're making it.
I'm telling you, it was massive. Like, it was all people talked about that entire summer.
48 hours.
No, it was a big thing. And even when memes started coming around, there was Tommy Cheeseballs memes. Like,
Okay, so what are you bringing him up for now?
well,
Yeah, what did he do?
the big thing now is that he put out a TikTok that he's coming back. He was like, "Hey, it's Tommy Cheeseballs.
Oh,
Everybody
good.
hang out. I'm gonna have some news for you right here. Like my page," which was adorable.
I was worried we were never going to hear from Tommy Cheeseballs again.
I can't. I have to get a different show. I just can't even stand it anymore. I'm
surprised I'd never heard of Cheeseballs before. I'd rather have the Cheeseballs than Tommy Cheeseballs.
Well, what was so interesting at the time, but I'm a little younger than Tommy Cheeseballs. Like I spent all my life down at the Jersey Shore, and I had never had a fucking cheeseball. So
I'm kind of in the mood for Cheeseballs now.
I mean, they look delightful. Here's Tommy Cheeseballs.
Frank, were you ever
I've been
invited?
for all these years, I'm gonna let you know. Real soon, real fast. Hit the like button. This is the one and only Tommy Cheeseballs. Fuck all the shit you've seen before and all the shit you've heard and read online. This is me real, live, and uncut.
It's uncut Tommy Cheeseballs.
Oh, I'm excited.
I was not excited to see Tommy By the way, look at him. This is like, that was 18, 19 years ago. Guy looks the same. He looks exactly the same. Got the same friggin' hat and everything.
A little
I have to
skinnier.
go look
but
at him.
He looks all right for, I don't know how old he is, but he looks good.
Give Tommy Cheeseballs the respect he deserves. He looks phenomenal.
Guy looks like he's making a hell of a living, whatever he's doing. Got a nice kitchen there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, he's
What
got
is
that.
his job? What has been his job the last 18, 19 years?
I don't know. Nobody knows. Okay, so you ever see those things of like, oh, these child stars and look how they turned out, or you'll never believe how they look now. Tommy Cheeseballs was in like a majority of those things for the last.
But he wasn't a
15
child
years.
star. He was like 20 something.
No, but it would be like you'll never guess what Tommy Cheeseballs is up to now, or what he looks
All
like
right.
now. You get all that kind of shit going.
I could have guessed what he looked like now.
I'm so excited. I
Exactly
cannot
the
believe.
same.
I guess I'm gonna have to Google him after all.
I'm shocked more. Look, I get that Metallica Simpsons guy doesn't know who this is, but Janine, I'm sure you lived off of MTV for years.
Yes.
I can't believe you don't know Tommy Cheeseballs.
I'm gonna have to Google him because
Oh
I
my
don't know.
I think
Yeah,
this
this
is the
is weird.
most I've ever heard about him on this show.
Because True Life was a show where it was basically a documentary. It was MTV doing documentaries.
True Life,
Yeah, whatever it was. It was like the first look at like transgender people, or like I want to be a doctor, or.
But this guy was one episode.
It was one episode of True Life Shore. I forget what the actual name of the episode was, like a Shore House or some shit like that.
So it wasn't even True Life, whatever. It was like an offshoot of True Life. It was a spin-off.
No. That's what True Life was. They would follow a certain
right.
subject or whatever it was for an episode. This was
I thought it
True
was like
Life.
Real
I
Housewives.
have a summer share.
Okay.
And they follow, and he was like the classic, like he would get drunk and he's like, I'm looking for love, and he would like be dancing with a girl that he's trying to get with, and then some other girl would walk by and he would go and try and bang that girl, and there would be fist fights. It was like classic Jersey life. It was great.
I'm going to shock you right now and say I'm in. I'll pay attention to Tommy Cheeseball.
We all want to see where
Wow.
Tommy Cheeseballs winds up.
I didn't know thing one about Tommy Cheeseballs, but if he, if he's as fun as you say he is, and he likes
Fun.
cheeseballs,
Yeah.
then what the hell? Who the hell am I following?
Here's what's disappointing. We'll never know President Trump's feeling on Tommy Cheeseballs because he shut down his blog today.
Already?
Now, I was gonna make a joke.
Go ahead. Jokes are encouraged.
I'll make the joke, but it's not my joke. I don't know where. I don't remember where I saw it.
Tommy
But someone
Cheeseballs tweeted
said
it.
the bill was due June 1st, and that's why he shut it down. So
That's funny.
didn't pay up.
I'm flabbergasted. I don't understand this move. I don't know why he shut it down. Doesn't make
Me
sense.
either.
Because it's not first place. No one paid attention. I'm gonna roll out this new Trump social media that's never gonna hit the ground.
It's gonna be huge, fantastic.
Where's that thing that he said he was going to do
Well,
months ago?
supposedly that's still in the works. So his right-hand guy, I forget his name, doesn't
Miller?
matter. He confirmed to CNBC earlier today that it wasn't coming back. And I don't get it because this was his...
This is his thing now.
Why would he talk to CNBC? They're fake news.
I don't know. I guess they were the first ones to get to the guy and get a scoop on it all.
It's amazing how you need the fake news when you need them. And, I'm just saying. Now he's clamoring to talk to everybody.
You are shining like Tommy Cheeseballs, who just put in his cheeseball order. That's how happy you are.
I
So
think
happy.
after this, I'm going to the pizzeria and getting mozzarella sticks. I don't think they have cheese balls.
But so the left-wing media, the fake news, they're saying that he shut it down because it wasn't popular and it was being made fun of.
Oh.
Aww,
But here's my problem with that. It's on the internet. Like everything, like there is nothing that is not being made fun of on the internet. Like
Right.
everything
Like,
is
especially this show.
Yeah.
Especially this show.
It's because he's a giant baby. If that's the real reason, it's because he's a giant baby.
If
Can't
there's
handle criticism. And
But my
that's it.
point is if there's something on the internet, there's some entity with 3 dopes on it that are going to be poking fun at it.
No matter what it is,
Hey.
everything's being made fun of.
Secondly, who knows how popular it's a blog. Like there's not like there's numbers. It ain't 1995. There's no counter on the bottom of the fucking screen that's
Exactly.
telling you.
There's analytics for page analytics.
Yeah, but who's got access to that besides him? Like nobody knows. Like
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
he's
Nobody
the one that said it.
knows.
He's the one that confirmed it.
no. He confirmed that it wasn't coming back. The guy confirmed it wasn't coming back. Nobody said anything about it wasn't popular. They're saying
He said it wasn't popular.
they're
No,
saying
they said.
he shut
They
it down
said.
because it wasn't
She
popular.
said.
Oh, I see.
Your mom said.
But that doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me to shut it down regardless. I don't understand it. Then there was some hubbub that Facebook and Instagram had reinstated his pages.
Ooh, I saw that too.
You saw that, right? And I don't know what the explanation is about that. I think you can still go and see his page. Like his
You
page
just can't add to it.
he just can't add to it. So he's still suspended. So people got excited, like, oh, he shut down the blog because he's
He's gonna
back.
come back.
But he's not back. Facebook and Instagram said that he's not. He's still suspended indefinitely.
I remember when he said, "If I lose the election, you will never hear from me again."
He said that.
He said that. He said, "You'll never hear from me again. I'll disappear."
Yeah, I
That
don't
I
understand.
don't know if I
Oh
believe.
shit!
I don't understand this move because you need a daily communicate. Like that was his thing. Like he just shit on
Right.
everything. Like
Maybe he's looking to fade away a little bit. Who knows?
I mean, I feel like it adds to our little conspiracy theory about what's going on with him. Although people.
I see.
Supposedly he's going to start the rallies up. So who knows? Maybe could, but it's like you can still have a blog. Like if we've learned anything from the Anthony on Air blog, it's you really don't have to update that shit all the time.
Anybody
Yeah.
can
No,
have
you
a
don't.
blog.
Anybody can have a
Right.
blog, and you can let it sit there for 4 months before you put a new post up. It's not that big of a deal.
There are people who have their pets have blogs.
That's true.
Anybody could have a blog.
I read this one miniature schnauzer's blog. That's just fantastic.
Oh God, it sounds
Telling you.
very boring.
If it's anything like the
Very
Tommy
motivational.
cheese balls,
It's very motivational.
then I'm in.
God.
Can I say something that'll be construed as controversial?
Go for it.
I miss fun, game showy host will say kind of crazy shit pre-President Donald Trump.
Like
Sure.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah,
You're talking about what, late night stuff?
no, yeah, like okay, I know there's the grabbing of the meat comment that didn't go over well, but
Still funny.
not to say that he wasn't up to shady shit, okay. But remember when we can all poke fun and laugh and it was all innocent and fun and it's like, let's have Donald Trump on the show because he'll say some crazy shit and
Yeah, exactly.
it'll all be fun and we'll all laugh at it because we all did. We all laughed at it. We all
Yeah,
loved
when it wasn't serious. It was
when he
funny.
fired people and that was like a little fun thing for a while. And it's like, look, he's coming out with steaks and, you
'Cause
know,
he wasn't a threat.
And it's like, oh, he started a school, and like, but nobody's really learning. But who gives a shit? Because people are paying for it. And
Everybody's getting conned out of thousands of dollars. But
I miss that Donald Trump. I feel like
Me too.
He ruined it because he can never go back to that.
He's still that. He's still conning people out of money. He's still
but we can't
doing his bullshit.
We can't get him on like the late shows, and he does like a little appearance, and it's all fun and games.
No, he'll go on Tucker and all those other assholes.
Not the same. Half the country hates him. It's not the same anymore.
Yeah.
He had a perfectly good, fun thing going, and he fucking ruined it. It's like if Tommy Cheeseballs decided to run for office. Like, it's not where we need you.
Exactly. No. Well, I'm always against celebrities who have no business in politics being in politics, no matter who they are. I mean, if you're a celebrity and you dedicate your life to and then all of a sudden you switch and you go, I'm gonna do politics and I'm gonna study and I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna know what I'm doing before I jump in. Fine. But he was just a celebrity because you're famous and you want to just do politics. He was a
really good celebrity. Like, we lost a great one. He was a celebrity. He was a good one. He was a pre-Kardashian, where it's like, why the fuck are you famous? There's plenty of people that have more money than you that are real estate developers. Like, I don't even know why you're famous. And it was like, because he said crazy shit. It was fun.
I guess.
Crazy shit. His marriages.
He was always an asshole, but it was a little less serious.
Always a bit of an asshole, but like nobody cared because it was like, it's just Donald Trump being Trump.
Yeah.
Well, lost a good
he did some fucked up shit before he was president, but nobody paid attention to him.
Well, he never paid anybody. And all the people that wound up voting for him were like mad at him prior to that. They were like, oh, this guy doesn't pay anybody. And then they were like, fuck Hillary Clinton. I'll vote for that guy. He seems like he's like a good
that guy never pays his employees. That sounds like
it's all good now. It's all good.
So what's going on with this asshole now?
Tucker Carlson, still a douchebag. I don't get this guy at all. The more I look into him too, he came from like crazy money. Like, he's got crazy money.
Sure.
He doesn't have to work.
No, he doesn't.
Must be nice.
I mean, I don't know what he's doing. It just seems nuts to me. But he's calling the vaccine.
Here we go.
He's saying it's basically like Jim Crow now. He's criticizing the fact that people are separating non-vaccinated people with vaccinated people. Go
ahead.
Do you want to hear what he has to say, or do you want to say?
I want to hear what he has to say about this because I heard about it, but I didn't hear what he said.
Okay, so here's what he said.
Everybody agreed that segregation was the worst thing this country ever
He
did.
almost said best.
Forcing certain categories of citizens into separate, lesser accommodations, barring them from public places, treating them like lepers or untouchables. That was completely immoral and wrong. We were told that a lot, and most of us strongly agreed. It was wrong. So imagine our confusion today looking out across the country. The very same people, literally the very same, who just the other day told us that segregation was immoral, are now enforcing segregation. Should we be surprised? Probably not, but we still are. Just this morning, the New York Times informed us that unless you can prove you have taken the injection that the Democratic Party demands you take, you are no longer permitted
fucking
in bars,
asshole. I can't with this
clubs,
guy.
even some dance competitions
What a
in the state of New York. You're too dirty to appear in public. You're
too dirty.
You're normal people. Want to watch the NBA playoffs in person? You had better be vaccinated to do that. Otherwise, the New York Knicks will bar you from Madison Square Garden. You can still go see a baseball game if you want to, but be warned, you will be sitting in your own roped-off section, marinating in your shame with the other.
Marinating in your shame. Well, look how it was with smokers and non-smokers. You were in your own section.
That's a good point.
This is not the same as racial segregation, you giant asshole.
Well, there's a couple of contradictions here, right? This idea that the Democratic Party is forcing the vaccine on us when it was a Republican president who
got the vaccine,
fast-tracked the vaccine, right?
And actually took it too.
And took it. And speaking of actually took the vaccine, this hypocritical motherfucker is vaccinated. Okay.
Right. Oh, so he can go everywhere, but what a fucking dickhead. I'm sorry.
I understand the point he's making. I get it, but it's like at some point, kind of like
marinating.
Yeah, like it's not. I get how we got here, but like, come on, guy. Like, enough.
He's just fanning bullshit flames that don't need fanning.
I feel like
He's
Janine disagrees. I want to yield to Janine. So she
No,
can
I
have.
think, well, obviously, he's above and beyond, but in my friend's office, they are separating people who are vaccinated versus not, which I think is disgusting.
nope.
Because
Go for it.
number one, there's people who can't get it. And like it's a personal choice too. Like, so now the people who are not vaccinated, who it is because they have plexiglass up. And the thing is, the office is big, so it's not like people are on top of each other anyway. So that to me is just it doesn't send off a good like feeling in the office. Like if I was working there, I would not be happy. Vaccinated or not.
I think we have to have some tolerance for people who have medical conditions which prevent them from getting it. But I think people lose sight of that because they're so busy fighting people who just don't want to get it just because, and they don't have any sort of legitimate.
Well, the thing is, I think it's a personal choice if you want to get it or not. So, like,
it is
people who aren't. It kind of just. I just feel like it just sends like a wrong signal out.
It is. It's all a thing. Here's what bothers me most about that, though, and I apologize in advance to your husband for this. I find the biggest patriot, people who are out there who claim to be the biggest patriots in America and we have choice and all that. There was a time in this country, too, where we put the country in front of our own needs. People didn't want to go off to war, but they got drafted and they fucking went. And that wasn't great for them individually. Nobody fucking wanted that. But they all went out there and risked their lives, and some people didn't come back, and they just did it. We talk about the country getting soft and this and that. To me, this is the most soft you can be when you can't, like, find out if you can get it, and if you can get it, get it. That's my feeling on it. I don't think anybody's trying to chip us. I don't think we had a hilarious comment. Oh my God. I wish I could credit it. Let me see if I can find the name. This woman just wrote in our comment section, whoever got jabbed has 2 years to live. I fucking love that
Unbelievable.
comment.
Unbelievable.
I love that comment.
Basing that off of absolutely nothing.
Because there's nothing to lose there. And I almost said to her, if you want to put money on it, I'm happy to put money that in 2 years from now, 75% of the population is not going to. I feel like at the end of this, we're going to hit 75% of people in this country are going to be vaccinated. In which case,
I hope it's more than that.
I think a lot of people do, but I feel like that's probably going to be the number. In which case, it's going to be unfortunate that this thing is still going to be spinning around. Could possibly still be spinning around with the people that don't get it.
I mean, we have an opportunity to wipe it out. Why wouldn't we do that?
Again, we talk about
people in charge of the world's health are the people we don't know. I don't know. I'm going by there.
But this is weird. We talk about the golden age of America, and again, people went off and got drafted and fought in a war. They put the country before their own health and life most of the times. And now when you're called upon to do that, there's 1,000,000,001 excuses on why people don't want to do it. And it doesn't make any sense that go, I'm a patriot or I'm this or I'm that. And I'm not everybody. Again, people are going to have their reasons, health or whatever it was. But there's a lot of people out there that are like, I'm proud American and bullshit like this and that. This is a case where you could probably you're putting the greater good in front of your own personal.
I mean, I guess, but the thing is too, like there's people who are proud Americans, but they don't really care about anyone else. And I don't mean that in a bad way either. Like,
well, how could you not mean that? How could that not be a bad way? You don't care about anybody? That's bad.
Not care about anybody. It's more like, okay, I love my country so much. You're talking about, these patriots, but why should I get the vaccine for you?
Well,
and that's their thinking.
I love my country.
Honestly,
it doesn't make sense because then the people are the country. The people who occupy this area, that's the country. If you love your country, you love the people here. If you love the world, you love the people in it.
Well,
It's
let's
not
not
you
mistake
what?
things.
What does he love? The dirt?
I love my country. I don't necessarily love the people. I got a
Well,
problem
that's
with
the
a
whole
few other
thing.
people.
But you love what makes up this country, all the different people, all the
I guess so.
population. You don't love the dirt you're standing on. You love what it means, what it represents, everything about it, the people, the freedom, what people fought for.
Yeah.
So if you want to protect that, you do what you can to protect that.
Listen.
But then again, what if you're not a patriot and you don't really give a shit
Well, then you're
about
a
that and you
scumbag.
just don't want it?
If you
Really?
just,
Because you really love your country that much, Frank? Like
I got the
you're
vaccine.
Such a patriot? No,
the
that doesn't
vaccine.
mean that does not equal that.
Well, first of
didn't say
all,
it does.
let me
You
just
said it
say,
does.
that I
No.
definitely love this country more than the two of you. I mean, that just
Definitely. You could say that again.
goes without
Yeah.
saying.
no, if you don't give a crap about your country or people or anybody, and you're serious about that, we're not just joking around. If you're serious and you don't give a shit, then you're a scumbag.
No, I'm serious. I definitely love the country more than I would even go as far as to say is I love the country more than all of our listeners and viewers. That's
There
just
you go.
how much I love America.
So, there you go. America's great.
I mean, I'm
Frank
just
is
telling the
a
truth.
scumbag.
I'm just telling
Say
the truth.
again.
But I just, look, it's not even a Democrat or Republican thing because Republicans and Democrats are getting vaccinated.
Yes, they are.
It,
It's
so.
nothing to do with that. It's
But
not,
I look. Somebody took a shot at the Islander game the other day, as I'm a huge Islander fan, and they were showing the sides of the arena that were vaccinated. Everybody was together on top of each other, and then they flashed over to the other side of the arena that wasn't vaccinated because they had a section for them. And I will say it struck me as odd. It looked weird, like it. And to take that further, this was the first round of the playoffs. The Islanders are now in the second round of the playoffs, and the president of the Islanders wrote a letter to the fans that basically said, we kind of need to fill the arena and we can't do that right now per CDC guidelines. So we're going to prioritize the vaccinated people over the unvaccinated people. And I thought, well, if you can't get the vaccine, now you can't go to a game, and that kind of sucks. I agree. It's a weird
Oh, well.
it's a weird time. And it is a little strange.
Yeah.
I understand that point
Yeah,
at all.
well, it's extenuating circumstance. When it's a global pandemic, there have to be rules put in place.
That's the thing that I feel like is left out of Tucker's little argument here. Is like there is such a thing as extenuating circumstances. And the other thing too is everybody said, "Oh, watch when these people get the power, they're never going to want to give it back." I wish all those people can fucking publicly apologize because granted, we had to strip it away from Governor Cuomo here in New York, but still, they took it away from him. It's all going back. Like masks are no longer mandated, and everybody was like, "Oh, if we give it to them, we're always gonna have to do." And that wasn't true. Like we're returning to normal, and this is just one of those things that's a step of it. Again, I say nobody wanted to get drafted or have a draft. It was probably one of the worst things we've had to do in this country, but we did it. I don't think we'll ever do it again, but we did it.
No,
and those
probably
kids didn't want to go, and they went anyway. So that's just kind of my feeling on it. I feel like we're a little soft in that nature. And I also feel like it's super hypocritical for somebody like Tucker fuck Carlson to get the goddamn thing and then act like Democrats are forcing it on them just for his own fucking ratings. And the fact that people can't see that drives me crazy.
And I'm going to amend my statement before.
Exactly.
I said
That's what they all
that
do
if you
too.
don't love your country, you're a scumbag. But what I meant is if you don't care about your neighbor, if you don't care about the welfare of others, then you're kind of a scumbag.
Well, I definitely don't care about my neighbor because they keep fucking playing loud music, and it's not music I like. So
Right. Because you could disagree with the country. You could disagree with, that's the beauty of America. You could love America, but hate some of the things that it does. That's the beauty of living here. You have that freedom. That's what I'm saying. That's my spiel.
Like I
Tucker's
hate
an asshole is also my spiel.
I hate you, and I still we're still here, so it's all good.
See, we get along.
I just got you 10 more I love Frank comments, Frank. So I hope you appreciate that.
So yeah, moral of that one is Tucker's an asshole. What about the Hurricanes?
Still a super asshole. We have hurricane names. Okay, I feel like Tucker Carlson is naming the Hurricanes because I can't stand all the fucking hurricane names. Remember last year, Isaias or whatever the.
I don't remember what that was.
Yeah, what the? And I'm sorry if that's your name, but that name stinks. Like
I don't
Thirst.
know. What was that name?
It was like Isaias or and nobody could say it, and everybody hated it. Tore the roof
Okay,
off
so
my
what are the
house.
names now?
All right, so here's the hurricane names for 2021. What's interesting is there are no storms that begin with the letter Q. Foods that start with the letter Q.
What is the quint?
U, X, Y, or Z because of the lack of usable names. Now that's discrimination right there.
That's bull. There are so many usable names.
So many. Hello, Zelda,
Zorro. Zach.
Zach. They basically just said fuck
Xena.
everybody named Zach. You know,
I have a cousin named Xena.
the Princess Warrior.
No, the warrior princess.
Yeah. What about Q? Quigley, Quinn. There's a tons of Q names.
Quinn. Quigley's a good one. Quint from Jaws.
And the Mighty Quinn. Let me just say.
Mighty Quinn.
Yeah.
Quandary.
Right. So that's bullshit. Okay. So here are the names. Anna. Bill. I think the
Bill.
Clintons are behind that one.
Boring.
I don't want to start a conspiracy theory so late in the show, but feels like that's got Hillary's name hands all over it. Claudette, Danny,
Claudette.
Elsa. So
Oh, God.
A little Frozen action.
basically, somebody who wrote these names has a 6-year-old daughter. Is
Who
basically
comes
what-
up with these?
Just
Is this
confirmed.
one person just writing them down, or is it like a group thing?
I think so. Fred, Grace, Henry, Ida for the eyes, Julian, Kate, Larry, Mindy, Nicholas. We couldn't come up with a Q or Z name, but we came up with Odette for O.
Okay.
Odette.
As in,
Besides Odette, these are a lot of ordinary sounding names. Usual, common
Yeah.
names.
where did Odette come from?
Right.
Other than we just got off of this pandemic and we all Odette.
Oh.
I'll give everybody their money back for this episode. Peter, Rose, Sam, Teresa, Victor, and Wanda.
Yeah, those are all pretty average names. Nothing
Yeah.
too crazy. What was C? Claudette. That was out of ordinary. But other than that,
Also,
And
Claudette and Odette. It's a lot of debt in there.
so it's 2 debts.
Just saying. I'm just saying. Craziest pool I have ever seen.
I got to see this thing.
Like when you think about crazy pools, you think about like Vegas. Like they're always just like huge
Yeah.
pools.
Used, intricate slides, waterfalls, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, this you're saying is crazier than all that we can imagine.
Some sadistic bastard took a look at 2 skyscrapers that were close to each other and thought,
Oh,
let's
God.
connect that with a
Oh,
gigantic piece of glass and let's
No.
fill it with water. There
Damn.
is,
No.
for those of you listening, there literally 2 buildings close together with just a huge plate glass,
Where?
with huge plate glass walls in between, and there is nothing underneath this pool. They are
Yeah, no.
swimming in between 2 skyscrapers.
No.
That is, that's not for the faint. That's high up, too. Yeah, that's up there.
I once peed in a bathroom like that and it freaked me out. So
Wait a minute. There was a bathroom with a glass floor suspended over 2 skyscrapers.
Where the hell were
well,
you?
yeah, basically. No, it was
And also, is this feel a little perverted to anybody else that they can watch you pee from underneath? That seems
Exactly.
like somebody should go to jail.
it
I want
wasn't
more walls in a bathroom.
it wasn't underneath. At least I don't think it was.
I
But it
wanted to
was
be in that
all
meeting
around.
where like Pete stands up and goes, I got an idea, Claudette. How about we put a huge glass floor in and we can have a bathroom in there? Like, what's the reaction when somebody suggests that in the meeting?
It's in a hotel. I believe it's in the Standard Hotel.
Where?
The Standard Hotel in the city.
In the city. Okay. So
So,
there's a glass floor in the bathroom. So people can
No,
look up
it's-
and watch you.
It's glass all around.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if it's underneath, but it's definitely all around.
So can you see in and out through that glass?
Yes, you can.
That's
So
weird.
what the hell? Well, who
Yes,
would
you
use
can.
that?
Me.
And you people could just walk by and watch you doing your business.
Well, so it's the door you go in, you cannot see, but all around it you can. It's
So-
all glass. So basically, if the next building over can see in.
All right, what's the name of the hotel again? The Standard.
And what's the appeal for, like, did you go there just to go into that bathroom? Was that the attraction?
I mean, I don't want to say yes, but did I really have to pee that bad that I had to go?
Yeah, there it is.
I'm going to save you
God.
some time, Janine. If you ever pitch like, oh, here's a fun idea. Why don't I pee on the show? Like everybody can watch me. I'm always going to say no to that. I'm always going to be on the no vote.
Here is.
Okay, I'll go use my OnlyFans.
Okay, so here's the bathroom.
We'll make the same here.
There you go. For the Janine fans, if you want to see her pee, go to OnlyFans.
So here's the bathroom. I don't know if you could see it too well, but there are people standing in front of urinals.
Oh, I think I'm looking at a naked guy's ass here. What is that all the way on
Which way?
the left? Yeah, right there. Is that a naked guy's ass, or is he just wearing beige pants?
No, just pants. There's no nudity in this shot.
But
But
can
there's
I-
guys sitting on the bowl
That's completely unnecessary.
Right-
Why do we
right
have
here.
this?
right here.
What
There's a
is
guy
it?
sitting on the bowl. His face is blurred, but there he is, with his hands in his lap.
Oh my
What
god!
the hell? What is going through these people? You have to get more than one person to sign off on this, and everybody that was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine."
Did you hear Pete's idea at the meeting today? We're gonna watch people urinate. It's gonna be great. It was not.
hell?
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, I would be the guy in the room going, "Can we add more barriers and walls?" And I don't want people watching.
You ever see those clear bathrooms that as soon as you close the door, all the glass smokes up? I love that shit.
That's cool.
That's so
It's
cool.
got some kind of ionic field or some crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I
That's
still don't know how they do that, but that's awesome. How come they can't do that here?
Magic.
They never seen that shit?
Yeah, I don't know.
They don't
That's
need to.
ridiculous.
They don't need to. So you wouldn't pee in that,
No,
No, I don't think I would.
really?
I'd go to the
unless I
regular bathroom.
really had to go,
Okay.
but I would find a different bathroom.
I don't know if Frank and I are as adventurous as Janine is. Like,
Definitely not.
yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Call it
Janine's out
adventurous,
there,
but not.
unvaccinated, pissing where people can see her, and we're over here like two little whiny
Call it a quirk.
wimps.
Do I have to wear my mask?
Call it a quirk, but I don't want.
Don't
want
watch
people
me
watching
pee.
it.
Put my mask on.
I'm roaming the streets unvaccinated without a mask on,
Peeing everywhere.
peeing
Peeing
so
all
the
over
world
streets
can
of
see
New York.
me.
You're a walking health violation
I really am.
and HR violation.
Well, that's it.
Is there a code you haven't broken?
No.
Listen, I feel like weird saying this, but just to defend ourselves a little bit, I feel like more people would probably want to watch you pee than me and Frank pee. I just feel like that's a true statement.
Well,
I'm not 100% sure.
according to my
but-
Generally.
OnlyFans.
Generally, I would say. Who the hell? I mean, I
That's-
want someone.
There are some
yeah,
people
but
who are into that. They are.
Yes, but like,
On the list of fetishes, I just don't get the peeing one. I just don't. I don't
weird.
get it.
hey, if that's what you're into, two consenting
mind the other
adults,
thing.
go for it.
Good for you. I also
for you.
feel like if I had that fetish, which I don't, but if I did, I feel like my laziness would win out. Like it's too much to clean. That's a lot happening.
I'm sure you'd do it. You'd probably do it where there's a train. Hopefully.
You think
I
so?
feel like you wouldn't
Now
do
we got to
that in
go
the
into the
bedroom, right?
bathroom every time. I think people do it kind of like everywhere.
Everywhere.
I
It's just-
think.
All right. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have
That's
to
fun.
subscribe
Let us
to
know in the
Janine's
comments.
OnlyFans.
I'll let you know.
But
Where they
come
want
on.
me to pee.
This is fucking ridiculous. I mean, this gives me that weird feeling in my stomach. I don't know if I could do this. That's crazy. That looks okay. So I went to Toronto, and in Toronto, in the CN Tower, and this is probably a lot of places has this. You go and you're 100 feet up wherever you are, and you walk over a
Understand.
piece
More
of
than 100.
yeah, whatever it is. You walk over a piece of glass, you go straight down, and it is like eerie. My wife, by the way, would not stand on the glass. Like everybody takes like a picture and straight down. I got her to put her little tippy toes in at the very edge, and that was it. She
By
would
the way,
Yeah, no.
not do
it's
it.
1,815 feet.
Okay, so I was close when I said 100 feet.
You were close, very
Okay,
close.
good. And that was like a little piece of glass. It's like this, it's like a little square. You stand on it, like that's like the gimmick.
Yeah.
This is a huge pool. I don't see a piece of metal underneath this pool. It looks like it's purely
It's glass. It's,
glass.
Well, I'm sure it's very strong glass, but even the strongest glass.
There ain't a glass out there that I would trust. I wouldn't trust Snapple glass in this scenario. Like that is just that's too much.
I mean, I'm sure they know what they're doing, but holy crap, if they don't.
You got to be a real
Yeah,
thrill
really.
seeker to.
It's an interesting game of volleyball when that ball goes out of over the
No
side.
thanks.
I got it. Ah!
Yeah. Totally unnecessary though, Like I mean, if
I'm
somebody
sure
was
they probably charge to get up there, and
Probably.
it's a tourist trap, or it's a
Probably.
thrill seeker
Definitely.
thing.
Something I would like.
Look at this shot. This is a shot from underneath. One person in the pool.
Yeah, that's where is that in the city? Oh no, it's Europe.
No, I think it's in the UK somewhere because BBC was the one who reported it. BBC and The Guardian.
Hey, if it works, it works. I mean, you wouldn't go, you wouldn't do a lap across there.
I mean, maybe, because it's like kind of a thing, but I don't. I mean,
I feel like every movie I've seen with a pool like that, it breaks. But that's movies.
Oh God.
It breaks. Someone shoots and a bullet goes through the thing and it leaks yeah.
yeah. I just feel like if you have a guy that's like 275, you're gonna be like, hang on a second here, buddy. Like, wait, do we really need you? Like, I don't even know if we can hold this shit. And at some point, when like 10 people get in there, you got to be kind of like, all right, is there a fucking weight limit? Like, what?
I'm sure there's got to be a number of people that you can't just cram. Imagine that thing full if I like have a show or something up there and everybody's like shoulder to shoulder in that thing. There's no way. There's got to be a limit.
No.
Yeah, I just don't know. Finally, the Hooter Kid. This is probably the most funny and heartwarming thing that I came across on the internet today.
What is this?
Hooter Kid is the absolute best. By the way, thumbs up on the vid if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Appreciate that if you could do that. And rate and review on Apple Podcasts. I've been meaning to say that shit earlier on in the show, and I haven't been. So,
Thank God you got it in there.
yeah, thank God I did get it in there. And it's not like I'm stalling for time because the Hooter Kid clip isn't working or anything like that. So
No, so yeah, rate and review, share. A lot of people ignore that share button, but that's a good button too. Share
I
the
know.
video. Get other people that you know, and you can discuss the things we discuss. You get your friends involved, and it becomes bigger than just one person watching, which we appreciate.
All right, are you done blabbing? I got the clip to play
I'm
here.
stalling for
Jesus
you.
Christ, you
I'm
never
trying to stall
shut
for you. I'm
up.
buying you time.
All right, this was
Jackass.
this was at a Hooters. There's a little baby. Hang on.
A little baby.
Little baby. He's just kind of looking around, checking things out. Watch the Hooters girl walk by. Look what he does. He looks.
He's waving goodbye. He's waving.
He looks at the girl's rear end and does the squeezy hand gesture.
I think he's He's like saying bye bye. He's not.
Why is it when I do this they ask me to leave, but a toddler does it and it's adorable
Right.
and
Exactly.
viral on
You're a
TikTok?
You're a giant creep.
This is toddler sexual harassment, by the way. Okay, I know
Right.
this kid thinks he's adorable. This is toddler sexual harassment.
That toddler is going to be canceled.
That's it.
Cancel that
That's
toddler.
it.
Yeah. Let's take away his
Cancel.
Facebook and Instagram.
That's it. He's done.
Get him off
Goodbye.
Twitter. All right,
That's adorable though. That's cute.
that's the show. You guys got anything else?
Get vaccinated. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to spread my propaganda.
I'm hoping that Janine follows that up with a get vaccinated. That would have been good.
No, I'm not that clever.
Pull up My Cousin Vinny and go, everything that guy just said is bullshit.
Bullshit.
Right. Maybe if I get vaccinated, I'll become
Thank you.
smarter.
That's possible. You'll be hooked into Alexa.
That's true.
I just think Alexa, and it does what I need.
That is true. Not to be a weird conspiracy guy, but like all the Total Recall, Terminator, like that future world, like,
Oh yeah,
doesn't it feel like we're getting closer and closer to
we're
that?
inching
Yeah.
right towards.
I'm frozen.
No, you're not.
No, we can see
No,
it.
you're good. Once we develop something that could think for
I'm
itself, then we're in
frozen.
trouble.
Dick.
You're not frozen.
We can hear you
Stop
and
it.
see you.
You're fine.
Dick.
Can you hear us?
Dick.
What is happening?
I don't know what she's doing.
We went right off the rails with this ending.
We can hear Can you hear us and see us?
Can you hear and see us? That's a no then.
Now, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We heard and saw
heard all
everything you
of that.
did. The whole
Oops.
we heard all that. And saw everything. Nothing was frozen. See, once you get the vaccine, that all goes away.
Yeah.
No more frozen.
No more
Oh,
frozen
okay.
pixels. Notice I haven't had, knock on wood, I haven't had any internet problems since I got
Yeah, that's weird.
vaccinated.
You have to get that
I'm
little
a walking
antenna in your
hotspot.
arm now. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But you watch those movies and you're like, what happened that
telling
Earth
you.
became this in 2027? And you're kind of like, I could fucking see that happening in short.
They make
Yeah,
it
exactly.
they make it so believable. Once a robot develops self-awareness and can start learning and stuff,
Yeah.
they go, well, I have to fix, I have to make sure everything is right, and
But-
humans aren't right, and that's goodbye humans.
Be honest. None of us saw it coming with free 2-day shipping and all the music you could listen to. Like none of us saw
my
that
God.
was the way. That was the path.
The future. The
Yeah.
future.
I think we're all willing to get to that final step and then go, whoa. Let's not do that
Or-
final step.
Even little Nas X. Who the hell saw that coming? No one.
Lil Nas
Nas.
X? You
No
mean
one.
in general?
Yes.
I'll tell you something. My
Whatever.
kids can't stop listening to that Old Town Road. That's all they want to hear in the car.
Old Town
Wow.
Road.
We got to the point where they're kind of asking for their music to be played, and my son's bus driver, who is a sweetheart of a guy, he plays music for all the kids, and they're all excited about it. So now when my son gets in the car, he wants to hear all the same songs.
Ugh.
He should give us some banger hangers.
We should get a banger hanger from the kid. It's so funny. He wants Old Town Road. He wants the song from Transformers, which is Linkin Park. And then he wants to hear the theme song to Dino Ranch, which is a show on Disney.
That's hilarious.
That's his playlist. And every single time.
Do you introduce it? Do you play any of your music for him?
He hates Dave Matthews. I mean, cannot.
Oh
No, I
my
mean
God.
music.
Not someone just talking.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. Janine, are your kids, are they asking for songs in the car? Are they at that point?
Yeah, they kind of started to already.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's different now. Like when we were kids, we grew up, we had no choice. We were listening to our parents' music, and that's
No
what got
choice.
us indoctrinated with our parents' stuff. The Beatles,
Yeah.
Rolling Stone. We were into that kind of stuff. Whatever our parents listened to, that's what we grew up on. Now, it's your kids have their own world. You play your stuff for them, they're not going to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Actually,
it's
my
too many
kids like
options
WAP.
now. Okay.
Your kids what?
Like WAP.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that though. Janine doesn't listen to old fuddy-duddy music.
That's true.
No.
But what did your parents listen to when you were a kid?
Whitney
current-
Houston,
Okay.
Gloria Estefan, Beatles.
Do you like any of that?
Beatles.
Okay. So you should, play some. I'm not saying all. Just every now and then you sneak in a Beatles tune, or you sneak in something that you like, and maybe it'll catch
Well,
on to some new
I
stuff.
feel like the Beatles is the gateway drug. Like if you get them into Yellow Submarine and all that early fun
All the
playful
kooky
Beatles
stuff.
you can get them then you can follow it up with the Stones and Zeppelin and shit like that. for sure.
Start him now.
Actually, Eliana likes that song from. Who's that? Now I'm gonna forget it.
How's it go?
Mama.
Queen.
Queen?
Yeah, there you go. I've like
Bohemian
completely
Rhapsody?
forgot the name. Yeah, there you go. That one.
Who
Completely
doesn't like that?
went over my head.
What's the most embarrassing shit that you listen to? Like, what are you embarrassed to tell people you listen to? Janine. I want to know Frank, too. I'm kind of curious about this.
I'll tell you.
I feel like Frank's got a good one.
I do have some good ones.
Embarrassed?
Yeah, like, what are you embarrassed
I'm not really sure if I'm embarrassed to listen to anything. Because I listen to mostly hip-hop, rap, 90s rap, hip-hop. I don't like country. I don't really like maybe Britney Spears, but I'm not even embarrassed to listen to that.
You should be, but okay. Frank?
Britney Spears isn't bad. I listen to all kinds of different music, and every now and then I like Weird Al too. I know
That's embarrassing.
it's parody music, but every now and then he comes out with original an original song that's fun. And I think my banger hanger this week might be a Weird Al song.
Oh, God.
And it's not a parody. He does a lot of parodies, but this is his original.
By the way, so we put the banger hanger on Instagram, you know, like because you could put music up there on Instagram, right. And we put up Janine's from last week's. We put up mine. Yours was so obscure that it wasn't even on Instagram.
Spinal Tap?
It was not on Instagram.
That's horseshit. What was I don't even remember yours. What was yours?
Mine was Zach Brown.
Oh yeah,
Chicken Fry.
That's popular.
Yeah.
But yeah, Spinal Tap should be.
Wasn't up there.
I mean, It's not from the movie or anything, so that's different.
I've never been a parody guy. If somebody plays it for me, I'll be like, oh, okay, that's good.
Me too. I mean, but the only exception I'll make is there's Weird Al parodies that are pretty good.
Yeah, but are you ever in the mood to listen to a Weird Al parody?
Sometimes.
Some people are. Some people go buy tickets to go see him in a show.
I think he's great. He did a parody. All right, this is a little biased, but he did a parody of American Pie with the Star Wars theme. You know, it sang about a Star Wars theme. And it was right up my alley, so I liked it. But he has a bunch of others that that are catchy.
I don't think we could put Weird Al in the banger hanger. Banger, like you got like banger hanger.
There are no rules with the banger hanger.
That song's great. That's a real banger. Like you like
Well, I'm telling you, I'll send you the song. Once we're off the air, I'll send you a song and tell me it's not good.
I feel like I could tell you right now without actually hearing the song.
Fine.
All right.
All right.
On that note, my lights
And Janine's out.
We killed Janine. We'll leave it there. If you want to get a song in the banger hanger, just tweet, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Use the hashtag banger hanger. Send it to us. Submit it on the website. I don't give a shit.
Comment down below too.
Comment down below. Carrier pigeon. I don't care.
Yeah,
just put hashtag banger hanger, and we'll throw your submission on there. I want to apologize publicly to Tommy Cheeseballs. If he saw this, I'm sorry for my co-host.
Hey, I said I'm on board with Tommy Cheeseballs.
Well, it took you a while to come around.
After I saw his video, I'm intrigued now.
And I also I'm sorry that we don't have a hurricane named after him this time around, because I feel like Hurricane Tommy Cheeseballs would just be the ticket.
That is actually not a bad idea.
Don't you think that's the thing that will help turn 2021 around?
That's
just good promotional.
Thank you.
Right there, too.
Instead, we got Teresa.
Honestly.
AnthonyOnAir.com has all our links and info. Thanks so much for watching and or listening, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.